did you know the draft's coming back? I was like, cool, dude. I want to be like the Clone Wars. Speaking of the Clone Wars, you know what I've thought of with the Maul show?
What?
I feel like Disney Star Wars loves this they love doing the content between episode 3 and 4 because they can have their cake and eat it too. Because they can get both like the prequel aesthetic and the original trilogy aesthetic
Uh-huh.
for both of them. Or you could kind of flip flop between both of them.
No, yeah, I kind of hate how like Disney Star Wars is kind of like they've kind of the what do you call it, the time between um
Three and
episode 3
four.
and 4. Yeah, because like back in the
Because
day,
they love the whole like fascism, like going through fascism, building the rebel whatever thing. They love you were using that thing because like things in this mall show, like because I think they did the same thing. How many other times have they done it? They've done it in Obi-Wan. They've done it in what was the other one? Andor, and
uh-huh,
then technically Rogue One.
Rogue
They've done
One,
it too
Solo,
because they love that whole thing. Well, obviously, like those two.
Rebels,
Yeah, yeah, Rebels, because they like having everything
The
in the
Bad
middle.
Batch. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, I just
yeah,
got to keep going.
yeah.
I'm
No, I
sorry.
thought honestly there's only three, but there seem to be more of them. But they love using that era because they the whole like, oh, this is how like we're going through fascism, blah 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 thing. It's like how like in the original or in the prequels, like it kind of like lined up with like how like the politics was going or history was going at the time. Like
Mhm.
they're like, oh, how can we make this like relevant to like or whatever Star Wars thing we're doing? How do we make it relevant? And they're like, oh, let's make it like line up to like what this administration or what's happening in the world right now, which is like because the when the fucking what's it called when the in those stormtrooper designs do they come from Obi-Wan?
No, they come from Star Wars: The Force Unleashed.
Oh, okay.
This background, I put it in here because, um, I, there's a lot of Star Wars: The Force Unleashed references that are in this show. I'm just gonna stare into the camera that are in this show, and you have to be keyed in to know what it is.
When you mean references, do you mean like they just stole it because it's
It
not
could be
canon anymore?
it could just be stealing. It could just be stealing. But no, yeah, seriously, I think it's Easter eggs or references. That's what I think it is because, spoiler alert, guys. Can I say what happens at the end?
Sure, I guess, yeah.
Okay, so Darth Vader comes out at the end. So like, what makes it very esoteric is the fact that like this is like Sam Witwer fighting Darth Vader again, and this is like his first time, probably like in
In the history of Star Wars?
no, like in 15 years, like in because
Oh.
he when he played Star Killer, he fought Vader in that one, but that was the last time he had any kind of altercation
Oh,
with
so it's
Vader.
meta. It's supposed to be
So
meta.
it's yeah, so it's supposed to be kind of meta, and throughout the entire series, like when they use a force push.
Yeah.
Okay, so you remember that sound, the
Yeah.
that comes out of Clone Wars. That comes out of Force Unleashed. Do you remember when Maul jumps over that like acid bath? Like he jumps over like that Indian sewage. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
When he looks back like this, when he has the two sabers, like when he's holding them backwards,
Yeah.
that's another reference towards the Clone Wars. Towards what one of the posters that Sam Witwer did for the game. So it's very meta. It's very meta. The Darth Maul Obi-Wan thing is very meta, and it's very poetic in some way because obviously Darth Maul killed Liam Neeson.
Yeah, he got taken.
He got taken.
Now, okay, so let's kind of circle back to what I was talking about. 'Cause I did write some
Okay.
notes, but that was one of the notes I wrote, just like how like Disney loves like that era.
It to death because it's already getting like it was cool when Force Unleashed. That's why I bought a Force Unleashed also because
Yeah.
it was cool when like Force Unleashed came out and they're like this because Force Unleashed came out like 3 years after 3 4 years after 6 7 years or no 3 4 years after um Revenge of
Episode
the
3.
Sith,
Yeah.
and when it came out, like obviously it wasn't like it was part of the universe, but not really because Lucas's plan was always to get rid of or scrap most of the EU. But like it kind of like filled that gap. Do you know what I mean? Like it kind of
Yeah,
continued the story of episode 3. And it's funny because um this recent trilogy, they don't have any follow-up game. But when we got it, it was like an interesting, like weird mishmash of like clone troopers and run Luke, run Luke. You know, it's like you got a little bit of both. You got a little bit of both worlds, and now they've it to death. Like it's so fucking tiresome. It's
and
so
but the main thing I think when I see it is that because they want to try to find a way to please both like the prequel fans and the OT fans. So
uh-huh.
either they can make OT porn, which is like Andor and Rogue One, or they can make like prequel porn, which is this. And that's kind of what I feel about this whole thing where or this whole Maul Shadow Lord series. Like some parts of it I do think is cool, but other parts, like I'm not saying this is like a good or bad thing, but I just think it's just like porn for like your comfort character pretty much, which everyone which is Darth Maul for all these people. Because I never saw the I'm kind of getting through Clone Wars or the Clone Wars since there's the original one and the TV series. But I'm like barely getting through the first season right now. Um, and I'm digging it, which is kind of I don't know interesting because from what everyone tells me is like the first season has nothing, but I'm digging it like as a show. And my problem with this show was that it has nothing really to do with like the story or anything involved with it. It's just that like the whole setup of like streaming TV shows where you because this was it just felt like a long ass movie, but they had to cut it up into parts so that
That's what I told. Did I tell you that or no? To just
yeah.
watch it. To just watch it once it all
I
comes
just
out.
watched it. I watched the first 2 episodes when they came out, and then I forgot about it, like, week after week after week, and then once the once I found out what was gonna happen, I was like, because I was kinda like, low-key, if he showed up at those last 2 episodes, that was the main reason I wanted to watch it.
Okay.
I was like,
Well,
once I
why
heard it, I
was
was
that?
like
Why was that? Was that just you being like
because again, it's like because people treat like Vader like he's like a sacred cow or something like that. But it's like, bro, if you're gonna make like anything Star Wars, and you're gonna have it in this time period, and you're gonna have it with this character, and you're gonna kind of make him sympathetic, yeah, make him fight Vader at the end. You know, he doesn't have to like. Did you see people are mad that he ran away?
Yeah, that Loki kind of pissed me off a little bit. Like I understand why they did it, like for the narrative, but it felt like pussy shit because it's like, oh, like you're this big bad guy, like you went toe to toe. Oof, I don't know if I should say this because I don't want to spoil it for you, but you went toe to toe with like,
Oh, this is this Clone War stuff.
yeah, I don't want to spoil it for you. Um, you went toe to toe with the bull, but you can't go toe to toe with a fucking disabled crybaby.
Yeah, and that was also the uncanny thing too, is that they were like, "Oh, like we're gonna have him fight like we're gonna have Vader fight like the OT, but then we have all these other characters fighting like they're in the prequel still." And it was very uncanny. Because remember that thing I was telling you about where I
Well,
can't
he
tell
has to fight. He has to fight like in the pre. I mean, like in their OT because he can't move his arms up because of
no, you
the.
know how like some like some how do you say some fanfic or whatever official fanfic that they make, they kind of flip flop on like if he has all that ability like movement or if he doesn't.
Okay.
I don't know if the I remember like the what's it called, like the Charles Soule comics kind of had him like doing flips and shit. I know I might be like forgetting it, but I feel like there's like I think mainly seeing it in motion it's kind of jarring because they went like, okay, we can't have him like do anything crazy acrobatics or anything in this fight. We just have to have him like just like walking around, just have like the pure movement, make him like the kind of like the Rogue One incarnation of him.
Uh
When I mean
huh.
incarnation, I mean like the same idea, where it's like you make him more of like a monster than you do like an actual character, which is actually interesting because that's what Maul was in
Yeah.
the Phantom Menace. He was like he wasn't even a character. He was just like an idea of like, okay, this is how you have to do. This is like what a Sith is, and that's because I haven't seen those the Clone Wars when they introduce him in it or reintroduce him and everything. but I got the vibe that he's like low key like a different character. But I'm not saying that's like a bad thing. I'm talking about Maul. I'm not
Hmm.
saying that's like a because even in this show, he's not like it's not called Darth Maul Shadow Lord, just Maul Shadow Lord because
Yeah.
he uses the dark Jedi powers as he used to say before the prequels. He uses all that stuff, but he's not like he's not following Palpatine anymore. He's like his own thing. So I don't know how to. It was just kind of jarring to see that fight happen the way because I thought they would have made him like a little more like not not like in the made a fight more like the prequel things. I thought they would at least try to do that, but they really stuck and they were like, no, like he needs to be accurate to the OT. And then did you peek when like the way he's fighting, where he's just like hitting the saber like over and over again, because kind of like what Luke did
Yeah.
in episode 3. So this is the man. I don't know if you noticed this, but did you notice that this season is low key like a remake of A New Hope? Because you know how people say like Rogue One was a remake,
Holy shit! It is right.
but
I
it's like
didn't.
first. Cause I thought it was hack at first that they were just doing like because that's what all the episode 7 was a remake of A New Hope. The Rogue One was a remake of A New Hope. All like they just kept on doing it, and I thought this is like, oh well, Disney's one trick pony. But then like even like they do I think what it is the main thing that makes it different is the twist at the end, which we we kind of already knew what was gonna happen, but you
Yeah, I know. I knew what was gonna happen the moment.
the
The
first
moment.
episode, you already know it. You already know
Yeah.
that's what's gonna happen. That's what like pissed me off about like the format, because you're watching the first like episode and it's like, okay, I know this is gonna happen, but then you have to like waste my time for like 10 episodes, which is I don't know, maybe like 3 hours or something like that. I don't know what the whole thing is. Like, because literally also in like every single episode, there's like one thing happens. And at first I was watching it because I'm like, I don't know, I'm used to like regular padded out television shows, like literally like Clone Wars. Clone Wars, every single episode, at least for
Something
season one that I'm
happens.
watching. No, but there's multiple like plot points. There's multiple like what's it called? Like second storylines going on at the same time. Subplots, I mean. Like in one episode, and then once you watch one episode, you feel like you get like a full like enough like amount of Star Wars, and you're like, I'm good. But this is meant for like binging. So like I'm watching it and like one thing happens, like
Yeah,
the
that's what I didn't like about it. That's what I didn't like about the show was that you have to binge the whole thing. You can't just like because I'm rewatching Clone Wars right now.
yeah.
Um, and I like that because like I could just like throw it on like 2 episodes and I'm like, okay, I had enough,
Yeah, it's more
enough.
fulfilling.
Yeah,
But I think that's literally
enough.
they literally have it like that to make you want to watch more shit on Disney Plus, because that's I think that's just like the format in general. I heard that Disney's the worst one with this one, but obviously Netflix, all the other ones, it's like their like job is to like make you want to keep on watching so that you keep on paying the subscription. But so if you make a show that's like, oh, you just put on 2 episodes, like, well, you're not really using the service like that. But if you're using the service like for like 3 hours or whatever, then that like fulfills like the what's it called, the job more, especially when it's like super long out run out like TV shows that they're like 50 minutes an episode, and then they have like 4 minutes where they're just like walking around playing like a song or whatever, some shit like that. But that's literally like the main problem with this series is just like the way it's being like delivered, which is and not even just like the being animated, just the fact that it's like a streaming show is really what's like killing it. But also because the how do I say it? I feel like the reason why people jive with like the animated the animated style is because it's like gained more trust. So let's say if we rank canon Star Wars like in different subsects. So like the live action Disney Plus, let's just say live action Disney Plus is at the bottom. Then you say the movies are at the top. All the movies, even technically the sequel trilogy, they're at the top with canon. And then in the middle, we count Clone Wars, this one, I guess the Bad Batch. I haven't seen those, but I just get the vibe in general that there's been like people trust this like the animated 3D Star Wars thing more than anything else because it's garnered that like that trust amongst people.
Yeah, because Bad Batch, a lot of people like Bad Batch. A lot of people liked when they finished season 6 or whatever season
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was. That was good. Rebels, it didn't start off the best, but it finished off pretty strong.
yeah.
And people just didn't like the first season just because it was too kiddie, like too childish. Um
Yeah, because they did one. I don't know if you heard this one. There is a animated like show set in the sequel era, and no one fucking talks about it. And it doesn't even have like that art style. It has some like weird bootleg anime art style. Um, and it was on like Disney XD or whatever, but like no one talks about it. But this like specific art style, the 3D animated style, it feels like it deserves to be more canon than everything else almost that Disney
yeah,
has put out. Just because
I
like
like the animation in this one. I thought it was like the best that I've ever seen.
I don't know because okay, like to me, this is like outside of anything fucking the Star Wars or anything. I don't like 3D animation like in general.
Neither do I. I only like it when Star Wars does it. I hate that. What's that one movie?
Even like Toy Story and all this shit. Like I'm just like fuck this because well, when you see like a cartoon, it makes you want to like draw the cartoon. But if you see like a 3D model of a character, it doesn't make you want to like draw that character. So like the Gendy Tarkovsky Clone Wars, it has like more like an emotion in the art style that I jive with more. And I don't honestly like yeah, you're right. Like the Lucasfilms or the Clone Wars art style or the or whatever you want to call it, that's like one of the more better ones. And again, it's just because it's like if people didn't like it, they would have ditched that style like a long time ago. But there is like it jives with people like this like approach and everything because people could have been like a long time ago, oh like the eyes are too big, they look weird, they're uncanny, but there's a reason why like it's like lasts for so long, that certain art style. From what I understand, they stole it from what's it called, George, I don't know, because there's some things George Lucas does where it's like, oh like this is like a undercover reference to something else, but I heard it's a reference to the Thunderbirds, which was like an animatronic British television show, and they had that like uncanny look in their face. I'll try to show one up, but allegedly that's where they took it from. Oh yeah, yeah, the what's it called? It being like a remake of A New Hope. Because I like because I first noticed it once they started doing the thing where they're running away from the stormtroopers or whatever, or just like the Empire in general. They're starting to run away, and it's okay. Like, okay, you guys are just like
A
being hacked.
ragtag team of
Yeah,
guys that get
ragtag
together.
team. Yeah, you're getting these random. You got the robot in there. Uh, you got the robot in there for good measure. You got this. Two of the characters technically kind of go. I don't know if that one dude. I know you told me before. What did you say? You said you couldn't handle I even forgot his name.
The Mexican nigga, I couldn't stand his fucking accent, dude.
Oh,
Because like I like some of the episode, I'm listening to it with my headphones, so he like,
it's like all up in your ear.
yeah, he's like all up in my ears, like massaging my fucking eardrums. Like, ugh, I don't like that. I don't like that.
That's it. I thought you had like a real big like beef with this character or something.
Nah, I just didn't like him because he was Mexican.
Because I think I was telling you in the beginning, or
uh
Mexican coded or whatever. I don't know. Is there anything in his name that's supposed to like reveal that he's like supposed to be a Mexican?
not
I don't even
really.
remember his name.
Not
He has
really, but
one of those
like
like glub shitto names.
glove shitto. Gluppo shitato or some shit like that. But like no, um, no, he wasn't a bad character. Like I said, I just hated his fucking voice. And then, dude, that Geico Jedi, what was his
Yeah,
name?
I even forgot him. He's the Obi-Wan character of
Yeah,
the
he's the
story.
Obi-Wan character, the Twi'lek that's supposed to be Darth Talon. I want to get into that in a bit. Um, she threw me off too. Like that, like her animation did throw me off. No, wait, no, she does. There is
Render
fan art of her already. They're just taking like Darth Talon, like concept art or just art from the comics.
Oh, and they're just taking away the tattoos.
No, no, they're just making her
Oh,
pink or pinkish
oh,
violet, whatever fucking color she is.
yeah.
Yeah, no. Um, how do we get to that? What do we start talking about first?
We were talking about how like the ragtag group and everything is like
Oh
just like
yeah, I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice that it was like a
I
New
think what
Hope.
they're doing is that they're stealing from something that already existed, but they're doing it to like prove a point. And the point that they're trying to prove is that like okay, like Luke, he lost like someone that he thought he was like looking up to, and but then he still went like a different way. But with her, it's like the she kind of had a choice. The main thing that was stopping her from going to this side is that she had this obligation of following her master. But now since he's gone, the only one left is Maul. So that's just like, and so that shows you that's the only way way that she can go in
Yeah,
the story, or she cannot. We don't know because that thing isn't set in stone. Obviously, what they could do because this whole mall thing, it was something that they wanted to do, like George wanted to do. I know him personally, George. We talk sometimes. He wanted to do this with like bring Maul back for the sequels in his original plan, but I don't know. I feel like half of it's kind of like him just like going along with it and being like, oh, like this sounds good if we would have brought him back, which it would have, but also like because even that I do know this, the Maul episodes are the one where he comes back in the Clone Wars. That was written by George Lucas's daughter, and the vibe I get from that is that he just like thought of the idea and he
the
was like,
fuck
yeah,
is happening to me? I'm like disappearing.
it's
Did you
because
see that?
yeah, because you've fallen too much into the Matrix.
I'll sit closer. I didn't even know that she wrote it.
Yeah, because she wrote like a random episode. This is what's her name? Katie Lucas. If you want to look it up. She only has like one episode from season one, and then she has like the whole storyline of the mall episodes, I think. And I don't know, that just gives the vibe of like, oh, like he just like gave it to his daughter to write it because like I don't know, she wanted to get more writing credits because like it's like if like you were already like well established, but like you don't want to. Because I think that was the thing with Clone Wars is that like he was like involved in it, but like he doesn't want to like put enough effort into like actually like being involved in it. He'll just like be like, yeah, bring back Maul, do this or whatever. And it just happens that he was like, oh, like he brought back Maul. And then once he does episode 7 or the plans to do it, he's like, oh, it'll be cool. But it's obvious that they're trying to do that, which happened between 6 and 7. But he's trying to do it with Filoni or whatever. They're trying to fit that like what Maul should have been with that with 3 and 4, but between 3 and 4. But now the problem is that we know Maul dies again.
Yeah, because what I think is gonna happen is do you know like okay, I've never actually like sat down and watched a full episode of Rebels, but I used to watch Star Wars Theory do the recaps.
Yeah,
Um so Maul basically from what I remember, I think he just like comes out of like the fucking blue. Like Ezra just kind of like bumps into him, but he's like I think they call him Darth Maul, but he's like, I don't go by that name anymore. It's just Maul. Like one of those type of things. He's like, did you just dead name me? Like that type of thing. And
yeah.
so what I think is gonna happen with this show is they're probably gonna do like 2 or 3 seasons where like Maul is trying to like reestablish his connections with the criminal syndicate. I think
Yeah.
Shadow Collective, I think is what they were called. He's gonna try to do that, and I think they're gonna also cock tease us too.
But
That
what could be interesting is that because that there's like that character that shows up at the end. He was from Solo.
yeah
And Solo, I know you didn't see that one. Solo like does like the Thanos post credit scene with Maul at the end of that movie. So what they could do, because Solo was supposed to be a trilogy, from what I understand, we could get we it'd be so funny if we get whatever his name, the guy who did who was Han Solo in that movie. We get that version of the character in Maul at some point. That might basically like I feel like this show should just be like a way to get like scrapped ideas from things that they couldn't do before.
Yeah, I think they're gonna do that, but I think they might cock tease us into believing that they're gonna do Lucas's trilogy
Mm.
in some way. Because have you seen all the hoopla on the internet?
Yeah, I've seen
Uh,
like Critical Drinker or whatever say like, dude, trust me, bro, it's totally real. They're gonna scrap the whole trilogy.
they're not
They
doing that.
might, I don't know.
I mean, I'd like to think that they would, but I don't think they're gonna do
But
that. But
I heard that they said that the what's it called, the one that's coming out next year, the TIE fighter, not TIE fighter, the whatever fighter, X fighter, X wing, the X wing movie is coming out next year with Ryan Gosling. Um, they said that there's gonna be like a Ray cameo in it, like it's because it's gonna take place like in like the post.
do you think they're gonna do like something where like you know how Marvel's done that thing, or even like other shows where they just like write a character off? They'll be like, "Oh hey, I'm just over here doing my thing," and then like, "Okay, goodbye."
What, they just like kill her or whatever?
Not kill her, but they'll just write her off. But like, "Oh yeah, I'm here in the hills just meditating. I'm pretty much done with the whole
Well,
Jedi Order."
they've had like several like like what's it called? They've had several projects that were in the sequel era. They just never did because there was one. Adam Driver was gonna be involved in this one movie. It's called like The Hunt for Ben Solo. Like they literally get like what's it called, like ideas for movies given to them, and they're just like, no, we don't want we like
Yo, what,
remember
you
the
have a
Ray.
good idea? Never mind, we don't want it.
Remember when I don't even know if this one's still coming out, the Ray movie.
Yeah.
It was the Ray movie with this
No, they
like
scrapped it. Supposedly they
oh,
scrapped it because nobody wanted to
'cause
see it.
yeah, it was directed by some like girl that makes like documentaries, and there might be a validity to that. I don't know, but that was I don't know what there've been so many of them that they've been like, oh, like we're gonna do this, and then it's just like no, like
Nothing happens.
nothing.
But I was gonna say, going back to season two, I think what's gonna happen is that they're gonna like, because Maul is like very like calm and kosher in this one and in the second one, excuse me, and in Rebels. So I think what they're gonna do is he's gonna prop up this, what's that girl's name? Uh the Twi'lek.
Oh, the Talon girl, the Talon and everything but name only.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me try to find that glup shido name. Oh, Devin.
Devin. Okay, Devin. So Devin, I think Devin, they're gonna try to make her into Darth Talon. I think they'll even go as far as to rename her like Talon, right? And
Yeah.
I think what's gonna happen is like Darth, because Darth Vader fucked up. That nigga fucked up and he didn't kill Darth Maul. Because technically Darth Maul is still a Darth. He still has
Mhm.
the title of Darth. So now we have like this thing that's all fucked up because if I'm correct, like the Darth Sidious is very like theologically sound, and he believes like only two Sith, only two,
Uh,
like that's his thing. Like you can't have a bunch of
so
niggas.
basically, everyone else is committing haram by having these little dudes running around.
Basically, Maul is Martin Luther, and Emperor Palpatine is the Pope.
Oh, okay.
So like like I think they're gonna try to do some little like storyline where there's like this is theologically incorrect. We can't have this happen, and what's gonna happen is like he's gonna prop up Darth Talon, and they're because we're nigga we're gonna get at least 3 or 4 seasons out of this fucking show.
Yeah, 'cause I
Um,
think they said that they wanted to go to 3 seasons. Now,
I think
I thought when this was announced, I thought this was just gonna be like Obi-Wan, where they're just, like, playing with cum for 2 hours or something. But
yeah, yeah.
it does
I
seem like they're going for, like, the long haul where there is, like, a point to, like, what they're doing with this 3
Nigga, I wouldn't be surprised if they do 4 or 5 seasons. Honestly, I think they'll try to milk it that far or that much. And I think what they're gonna do is for the next 2 3 years, they're gonna keep cock teasing us and
Mhm.
like throwing little like what is it, nuggets? Throwing little
Yeah.
nuggets, and they're gonna be like, oh, maybe you know, maybe we'll scrap the sequels and we'll, retcon it, or something like that. I do see that happening.
It would be
And
crazy if they literally announced that, oh, like none of this is canon anymore in a fucking Disney Plus show. That would be funny as fuck. Because it would be more valid if they did that in the big skinny elephant in the room, the Mandalorian Grogu. It would be funny as fuck if like if that happens in that movie and they're like, yeah, none of the fucking sequels are canon anymore. Because like, why do people keep on bringing it up? Like that whole thing that's like not gonna come out or that they're not canon anymore. I think it's just people saying like, oh, like it'll be crazy if they do this because
with wishful thinking, I think it's just
yeah,
wishful
yeah.
thinking. But what I was going to say is that once we get to the last season, because what I think is going to happen is this: Devin is going to die, right? She's going to be Talon, and she's going to die, right? Hopefully, we'll get her in a suit. Hopefully, um,
I don't think it's Disney's too
yeah,
kosher with that.
they're too kosher for that. But maybe he'll give her the tattoos. The tattoos, I definitely do think she's going to get the tattoos.
But
Um,
people forget I haven't read any of these, but like Talon is like a character that was like in comics, like not even like a novel character.
I read the
Or
Legacy comics. I read the Legacy
really?
comics. Yes, with Kate Skywalker and Darth Crate. Nigga, I nigga, I'm him.
Mm.
I am him. But yeah, I did read the comics of Kate Skywalker because
Well, you can
Kate.
tell that design is meant to like be like a character that shows up in the comics. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
not
yeah,
comic character, lack
yeah.
of a better term.
So I think, yeah, she's gonna come back. They're gonna do this thing where, oh wow, she's like, she's this fucking she's gonna be a Darth Lord and all
Are
that.
they gonna do like the inverse of Ahsoka, where they keep her around and then she shows up way later in the timeline? You think?
No, I think her and Maul are gonna have like a really tight relationship, like maybe like a father daughter type of relationship, and then not a Freudian father daughter, just a regular father daughter relationship, and and then it's gonna culminate with Darth Vader killing her ass, and
Oh,
then Darth Maul hiding in the shadows again. Yeah, I think he's gonna get the Shadow Collective together. Han Solo's gonna make some type of um what is it? Some kind of like cameo, maybe as like a young man, and then yeah, they're just gonna do that whole fucking thing. That's 100% what I see it as. But now it's like, but I think it's gonna be like a theology thing. I think it's gonna be like very theological because there can only be two Sith, a master and an apprentice, and technically Maul is an apprentice of Palpatine.
mm.
So if Maul has his own apprentice, then that's gonna kind of like throw the entire galaxy into array. Well, not
Then
array,
what
but
the
but
fuck
throw
are
the.
the Inquisitors then? Fucking Vader has like two of them in this show.
Oh, he has five of them actually
But
altogether.
in this show, there's I see only two of them.
Yeah, this is like the retarded shit that I fucking hate. So the Inquisitors existed in
Yeah, I know they were in the Clone Wars too.
no, before that.
Oh,
They existed in the
like Old
EU.
Republic.
They existed in the EU,
Yeah.
and they were real, but I think they number one, I don't think they had the Force. I think
Oh.
they had lightsaber. You have to look it up yourself. I'm probably talking out of my ass, but they weren't as like prevalent as they are now. Like Inquisitors were like very rarely ever used, but you see these niggas like all the time. And that's another thing that I fucking hate about Disney Star Wars. There was supposed to be like 100 Jedi left in the galaxy. There wasn't supposed to be like fucking 6 million. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I think that the Inquisitors
But
only
Inquisitors are not Sith. They're not Sith.
yeah, yeah, but I think that like as a in the story, I was like, okay, Inquisitors. I'm talking about all the Star Wars. Like anytime I
Mm-hmm.
see them, I'm like, I can tell that the only reason this character exists is because you guys need a character that has a mask sometimes, or sometimes you just make them a black chick. Allegedly, you have a character with a red lightsaber that's like all in all black, and you just go pew, 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 pew. That like that's the whole point of them. So I'm like, okay, because you guys don't want to use Vader, you guys don't want to use anyone else. to be the bad character, so you just make your little OC to be the Inquisitor in this whatever story. I'm like, okay, it makes sense, but as long as like it like you can't have an Inquisitor in like the mainline movies. Like I'm
Yeah.
fine with them like having these little like what's it called like inconsistencies and like out of like in stuff that are like out of the movies,
Hmm.
but in this one it's like you have two Inquisitors and like am I wrong? Do they show up in both of them? They show up in like Ahsoka, right?
They show up in Ahsoka, and I think they also show up in
So
Rebels.
so what they're doing is they're just adding these characters or these Inquisitors that you already saw in other places, and you're like, see, look it, they were here way back when, so they're tough. Um, but it literally like and it's so funny that because the thing I like about Maul, I was gonna bring this up in the beginning, but I was like when I first started knowing about Star Wars, I think I told you like I didn't like watch the movies or anything. It was all through like looking at everything else. So do you remember that one Darth Maul book that was at the book fair?
I
The
think I do
one
remember.
one where you like take off the slipcase and then it like shows his face and shit.
Oh
I
yeah, yeah,
had that
yeah.
book and I read it and I was like, I don't know anything about anything in this book. I don't even remember the book right now. But like I remember I would like I was like reading it, I was like, what is like I don't know anything was going on in this like glub shit book. Like but what I did because like wasn't Maul, he was like because there was a time when like in like the Star Wars toys, like he was like the main face of like, oh, this is like the main bad guy.
Yeah.
I liked about Maul compared to Vader because again, I all I had was like looking characters up on Google and seeing like, oh, this is what they do. Like Maul looked very different from Vader, so I was like, oh, dude, there's like something going on over here. Like I don't know the whole story of like why they're different, or but I like how they're both called Darth, but they're both very different. And then the Inquisitors, they're like these ones at least, they're just like shitty OC Darth Vaders, like
OC.
LARPers, original character. That's what
Oh
OC is. It's like when people used to make like, oh, this is my original Sonic character, and on DeviantArt or whatever. That's what I mean. That's why like when you say like any character that they try to make important in like an EU thing is like very obviously just like the writer or whatever being like, oh, like this is an important guy. I want to make him look super cool. Kind of like
yeah. My only issue with the Inquisitors is the fact that they even exist.
it, again, like
I know because the problem is everyone wants to be a lightsaber fighter. That
yeah,
that everyone wants to be a Jedi or a dark Jedi, a
yeah.
dark Jedi, and it's like, dude, okay. When you read, like, I know the Inquisitors because some fucking faggots and like the Inquisitors existed in the EU. I know that, but back in the day, all it was Mara Jade and Starkiller.
Uh,
Starkiller by himself took care of all these extra Jedi's. General Ram Koda, Ahsoka, not Ahsoka, Shakti, who's the other one? Uh Cad, Cad something, I forgot his name. He was on Rax's Prime. I can't remember what his name. That mission, for those of you
are you
that
talking
know
about
the
the blue
mission.
guy, Cad
No,
Bane?
no.
Oh, sorry,
Um,
I'm retarded when it comes to
uh,
Star Wars.
he the mission was on this planet, Raxus Prime. I can't remember the name of that Jedi. Like he was supposed basically like Starkiller went to go kill these like few Jedi that were left, right? Not fucking an entire battalion of Jedi's that were left, just like a handful that were left. While he did Vader's dirty work, while Vader was like gooning or some shit. That was his purpose, and Mara Jade kind of served that similar purpose too. But he was a secret apprentice. But like like Darth Vader, excuse me, Darth Sidious literally had Vader his kill his apprentice, Starkiller, because he felt like he was a threat. So because Palpatine is Machiavellian, he's nihilistic, he's narcissistic, he's the Dark Triad, right? And it doesn't make sense. Like think about it. Like think about Palpatine as a character. It's like so Palpatine was threatened by one nigga, but he's not threatened by like 5 or 6 fucking Inquisitors that are relatively powerful. Make it make sense.
I don't think there is a way to make sense. I just think that they've
No, it's because these
they
people
need
that
they
make the people that make the new stuff, they want everyone to be a Jedi. You know, like that thing when you're a kid,
yeah.
when like everyone has to get a lightsaber, so everyone feels included. It's basically just that. But I want to read about some guy that has a lightsaber and has the Force. It's
I
like,
think the excuse for it for everything is that they're like, oh well, we need to do with a red lightsaber with a mask. Because even like the acolyte, they had some dude become a Vader light thing. And it's like okay, you even then you guys can have different flavors of like a Sith. Like that's what I like even like George, I know technically like Grievous isn't like a Sith or anything, but there are different flavors of like bad guys in Star Wars, and then and these ones is just like okay, just to do with the red lightsaber because
or at
that's
least the Inquisitors shouldn't be able to have the Force. At the very least, they shouldn't have that.
mm,
They should just be able to, because everyone has midichlorians, but at the very least, they should be able to just use their lightsabers proficiently,
mm,
almost at the same level of a Jedi or a Sith, but not have fucking Force abilities. Because then you kind of kill the whole mysticism. I'm not against midichlorians, but I am against the idea of everybody being able to use the fucking Force. I mean, what's next? C3PO is gonna learn how to use the Force. Gonk, Gonk. You don't get the reference. They get it. What, the fucking Gonk droid? He's gonna have the Force now. Like, it's just retarded. That's just retarded. But I think they're gonna turn like the Inquisitors into the Knights Templar. I mean, the Knights of Ren. Yeah, they're gonna turn them into the Knights Ren. I mean, what would be your fanfic of how, like give me like a fanfic of how they retcon 789.
I think it would literally just have to be like in this new Mandalorian movie, they something happens that's inconsistent with the sequel trilogy. Like I don't know what it would be, but something that happens in the sequel trilogy, there has to be something that they mention like a little inconsistency, and then it's like they gotta like show it to the audience and make it seem like a big deal. Like let's say like the kid that they have, like let's say like oh here's my kid, and they're like oh we're thinking about naming him Ben, and then they're like oh no let's name him Sam or something, and then that's like where the timeline splits. Pretty, it would be something like that. Because either what you would have to do is you would have to do like a whole like a fucking DC crisis and you just fucking undo anything. Or you just do a little thing and say, that's it. Those things exist in like a little circle, but they're not canon anymore. And that's it. Or you have to do a whole fucking press release and say all that shit, which I don't know if they would do, but I mean, if did you see that they said like Dave Filoni, he talked to like Gina Carano about coming back.
Wow.
So
No.
I think if they're willing to just like undo everything, not everything, but undo little things that like fucking. 'Cause I assume what happened over there was like Kathleen Kennedy was like, we can't have her in this anymore. You got to cut it, some shit like that. I'm not even one of these big people that blame Kathleen Kennedy and everything,
No,
but
I think she is the fucking witch that destroyed the entire fucking Star Wars.
but so do you think Filoni is like because I think
No, I think Filoni is like Filoni gives me the vibe like that he's like one of these niggas that, like, how do I say this? You know how there's people that are like, you know how there's like feminist niggas that are still chivalrous? Like, they'll give the bitch what she wants, but like they still have to maintain some level of chivalry.
yeah.
I just
Well, no, I'm talking about
I say that for a reason, because I think what he does is that, like, he's like pretty, like, he has like good ideas, like, no, like, we should bring back Maul, bring back Talon, we could find a way to weave this into the new universe. And then Kathleen Kennedy comes out and says like, well, we should do like a story where Rey becomes friends with Talon, and they figure out that the issue is that older men that take them on as apprentices. That's creepy. That's what this story should be.
And
So
then
we should,
and it's because she was by Spielberg when they were doing Jurassic Park.
yeah, that's what they need to do. That's what they need to do. Well, no, that's what they need to do. That's what happens. That's what fucking happens. I already know it
But do
because,
you think I'm talking about more about like his approach
and
to
you
the
know what? And
story?
I think in her sick little head, I think in her sick fucking head, like she genuinely believes that people are gonna like whatever bullshit they come out with, like Acolyte or the 8 and 9, because 7 wasn't bad. Like respectfully, episode 7 wasn't really that bad, because they just rewrote A New Hope. Um, but
How about that scene when Ray fixes the capacitor? She's like, "Look it, I got it." That's good to you in episode 7?
you got me. You got me there. You got me there, pal. You got me there. I mean, I could have overlooked that a little bit. Even the part where she kicks Kylo Ren's ass. I could have overlooked that a little bit, but it's like, dude, like I genuinely do think in her heart and in her fucking sick ass mind.
I bet you're one of these people that think that Finn was a good character and that
Oh,
it
I
was
think
like
Finn was a great character. I think the sequel trilogy.
you're like one of the like the critical drinker type people that like you hate all of like the new Star Wars, but you don't want to seem racist. So you're like, actually, I liked Finn.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Wait, hold on a second. That bitch from fucking Obi-Wan, I hated that. I hated her. Okay, so don't even do that. I am a racist.
No, but you need to like do like a character that was like not wasn't great, but like wasn't like really noticeable in the movies. You have to like overhype them because it makes you look not racist.
Oh no, I always liked Finn. I always thought Finn was a great character.
So yeah, 'cause I remember you did you were Finn for Halloween one time. Let's pull up the picture. I showed a picture of you in blackface. Imagine if you did
Oh
do that though, like in 8th grade.
my god! Oh
You
my
pulled up
god!
in the blackface and you had like whatever he had on.
Oh
No, no,
my!
no. You were like the clone. You had the clone trooper costume, but then you're in blackface.
Oh my god. No, but I but Finn, what was I gonna say about Finn? No, I think if the trilogy was more about Finn, I think it would have been better. But I like Finn as a character. I like the idea of this like stormtrooper who's kind of like what is it, disillusioned with the first order, and he's like, what the fuck is going on here? I need to go to the other side, right? I like that idea, right? Nothing to do with him being black, nothing to do with any of the
And they
color of
were kind
his.
of racist to him in episode 9. They just went like, "Oh, just like go with this black girl and some like kangaroo or whatever, and just go over here and be with the black girl."
I think episode 9 was obviously very shitty. Um, but I mean, they could do like a crackpot thing because this is me in my little head. I'm thinking maybe they could do something where like Darth Talon gets thrown into carbonite for like 100 years or some shit. Because what episode 4 or fuck that Rogue One, that era is like probably like 40, 50 years apart. Maybe not 40, 50, but like 20, 30 years apart. They'll probably like, this is just me coming up with craziness. They could do something where like the Knights of Ren, who were originally the Inquisitors, become they resurrect, because you know how they resurrected Palpatine?
Yeah,
They'll unfreeze her from the carbonite and they'll resurrect Darth Maul from Tatooine. Because technically he only got sliced a little bit, like right here. He's got a little burn
yeah.
mark.
Because I was also thinking what they could also do. Because it could just be a trope, you can just keep on killing him, bringing it back, and being like, oh, whatever. He's just this character that's always gonna come back. Because that's what they don't understand about like some of like the like Grievous. Like people think he's like super like like tough and shit, but like he runs away like half the time during the Clone Wars because he's like a coward. Um, but you can just make him this character that's like immortal and like he just has to deal with the fact that he's always gonna live forever and he's never gonna die.
Wow, that's
You
very
can
meta.
but what you can do is we can you could do one season where you interpolate it with whatever happens in Rebels, so you get to like the Rebels era, and then you just readapt that storyline, the fight and everything, and you give it the non-shitty Rebels animation, and you give it the Clone Wars style animation. I did see that fight. It looked good, but literally just like the skinny lightsabers and everything fucking ruined it.
Well, the skinny lightsabers
And then you
was based off of the Ralph McGuire
oh yeah,
concept
that's why
art.
Vader looks like that in Rebels too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, the entire art style. I don't think the art style was that bad. I just I, it had its
You already you were already cooking. They were already cooking with the Clone Wars art style, and then you just switch it up because you're on Disney Channel instead. I don't
well,
know,
the Ralph McGuire art style's good. It's good. It's just it's
but
gritty.
it's concept art. It's concept art. It's not what it actually looked like. Because I'm pretty sure whoever decided to make the art like that, they were
Mm-hmm.
probably one of these fucking uh I don't know. It might have been Filoni, honestly. I don't fucking know, but they're one of these guys that are like, "Oh, we got to make it like the original," kind of like how JJ was like, "Dude, well, we need to film on sets, no more CGI." Like they're probably like some OT fucking nuthead.
No, I'm a Ralph McGuire faggot myself. I like it when they throw in Ralph McGuire concept art.
But it's just concept art. It's like, that's what it looked like when it came out, but then you see the transition, and it's like, well, no,
The
this is Vader.
transition is good, but there's always
That's the other thing.
there's
And when Vader showed up, there were parts of it where I thought it was like I thought it was live action. I thought like the character became like live action for a second.
oh, you're talking about the Maul?
Yeah, and Maul.
Dude, me too.
I was
Me
like,
too.
I need like turn the brightness on my TV. I'm like, what the
Dude,
fuck?
it was like uncanny, right? Because
Yeah.
there was a few shots where I'm like, hold on a second, is this IRL or
But
is
also
this
again, like the body movements that he was doing made me think for a
those
second,
body
like,
movements were I think this is my conspiracy theory. They were taken from Star Wars The Force Unleashed because the way he's like walking, that's the same exact way that he walked. Like that's the same exact way he moved around in The Force Unleashed.
well, it was probably all the fights. I'm not sure if they do this with this series, probably. That's why when people say like 3D animation looks good, it's like what you said earlier. It's like, what are you talking about? It's not like they animated it well. What they did is they mocapped it. So it was probably a real fight, and they had those little golf ball things around them, and then they put the characters on each golf ball or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if that happened, then I assume there's like a connection. Like what's his name? Sam Whitmer. He was
Sam
probably
Witwer. Sam Witwer. You gotta say it right,
they
dude.
were.
Dude, Whitwer is a real nigga, dude. That nigga, not only does he do like the voice acting, like he knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, I saw that one clip where like he called out, like not called out, but he said something like because he was doing an audiobook, one of the Maul audiobooks, and he said like, hey, this like whatever's in this book, it doesn't line up with what's in Clone Wars. And Filoni was just like, oh well, he has that thing I have where he's like, well, that's that, and this is the it's okay if it kind of like breaks canon a little bit. Which again, the mentality I kind of have, like, you're always gonna need that guy that has the fucking or not. You don't need it, but it's kind of something that they rely on too much. Where it's just like, okay, we need the guy with the red lightsaber that has a mask that's gonna like come in and start slicing people. Which is like, I guess that was kind of the problem with Maul season one, is that okay, so you have these inquisitors in here, so like, okay, maybe have them be the bad guys for this one, and then maybe season two do Maul or do Vader, but then it's like, no, we just do Vader at the end. You can't have three of these mass dudes running around, especially if you are gonna just bring Vader in. I don't know, that's just my opinion. But what I was trying to get at was, do you think like Filoni is like you think he's like a reasonable like person to be in the position he is right now?
Hmm.
So you think he like what I think is that he has like a version of his in his head of because he does it's not like he like disavows like anything that like the prequels or whatever set up, but it's like he has like this weird perverted way of like trying to make it make sense sometimes. And like he'll go on and like paragraphs and paragraphs explaining like everything about Star Wars, but it just I don't know, sometimes it feels like he's like there's like something he's missing. 'Cause I'm not super critical of him because I haven't seen most of the things he's done. I mean, Was Ahsoka a good show?
No, it wasn't. But I
Well,
think Kathleen Kennedy had
so
more involvement.
that wasn't a Filoni thing.
Was it a
So
Filoni thing? I wasn't sure if it was.
I'm pretty sure that was a Filoni thing because
If
that's
it
what.
was, anything bad that he's ever produced was because Kathleen Kennedy was
So okay,
breathing
so
over his neck.
Maul, good. I don't know about this Mandalorian. I don't know if he worked on this one.
Mandalorian was great. I think him and John
No, I'm
Favreau.
talking about the movie. I'm talking about the movie.
Oh,
The-
the movie, I have no idea. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be ass.
That's what I'm concerned. I'm more concerned about fucking John Favreau. What's going on with him? Like, I can't tell if he gives a fuck about this movie or if he's just doing it for a bag.
He's just doing it for a bag.
Like, because he did that same shit with fucking Lion King. Like he directed that shit, and it's like no one fucking talks about that movie or anything. And it sounds like he just did it just to get like a bag because they gave him like an unlimited amount of money. It sounds like he's just doing, but I'm more concerned because everyone liked Mandalorian, but then once you get the movie, is like every
No,
clip
that's not true. That's not true. Um, everyone mutually loved season
yeah, I
one.
mean season one, I mean.
Towards the end of season two, some people kind of started like
Yeah.
hopping off the train. But then, like by the time you get to season three, like that shit was just straight ass. And what
So
I think,
were they more hands off on the later seasons?
what do you mean by they?
Like when I mean what's his name? Filoni, Favreau, what's the other one?
Probably most likely. I can't remember all the politics behind it, but I think it's something where it's like the way I understand it is like it's either like
It got
Kathleen
like
Kennedy.
hijacked. They got hijacked and they were
It,
like, hey, we need fucking Jack Black and Lizzo in this shit.
yeah, that type of
Okay.
thing. I think that's what it is. Like
Or
it start
you think that he got jaded? Well, I don't know. We're talking about a movie that's not even fucking out yet. But do you think he got jaded and was like, hey, like, yeah, I want to make this movie, but fuck it, like you guys already fucked up my shit.
basically, yeah.
Uh,
I might as well just get the money. Like you already fucked it up. Might as well just get the money.
well, that's what it sounds. It sounds like his whole thing is like he'll do something for like fun, like that he wants to do, and then he'll do fucking Lion King or fucking this movie allegedly. But it's just weird that it went from something that people liked, and then he's coming back for a movie, and then people are just like whatever, and then the movie looks like whatever. It looks all fucking gray and shit. Looks like there's no like soul in it or anything. But yeah, I guess we're gonna end it there talking about the next one's gonna come up that we may or may not watch.
What Star Wars? We're gonna watch it. I just don't know if we can watch. I mean,
Yeah, you know, I'm joshing right now, but I don't know if we could do opening day. That's like the main thing. I might try to because I don't feel like anyone's gonna be fucking watching it.
I don't think
I
so
feel like I
either.
can go and whatever, like opening day, just watch it, and no one's gonna be in the theater.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do it opening day, but definitely the weekend of. I have to see my schedule because I want to see it as soon as
I
as
don't
soon
think
as
what I'm trying to say is I don't think there's gonna be a problem trying to go watch it. Like there's
I
not
told
gonna be
for
like a
me for my
no. I
availability.
mean like I don't think there's gonna be a stuffed theater.
I
Like
don't think so either.
that whole experience of like you remember ever seeing like on TV Star Wars opening day? There's a bunch of fucking fat ass people, not fat ass, like people in like stormtrooper. They're all wearing Star Wars costumes, everything. Like for opening day, like it's not going on anymore. I don't think so.
that's
I
that's.
think some people might do it just to like be like, oh look it, like well it's still the same, but it's like no, I don't think it's going on anymore. I don't
I
think
think the
we're
last time we ever had anything like that was No Way Home.
where people were fucking like
Dressing up.
dressing up. True.
Yeah. No, I knew some people that did it. It was kind of cute. Like, look, I know you have your thing with Spider-Man and all that, but it felt good.
Yeah, that's all. Like, because I was with this fucking Star Wars, the Mandalorian movie coming out. I'm
I
like,
won't,
I don't care about Mandalorian. I haven't seen anything in Mandalorian, but I want to still like try to like LARP as being a Star Wars fan, and like and having a movie coming out, and like I wasn't gonna wear a costume or anything, but I still wanted to have like that like experience, because like
who would you dress up as if you did?
um. I don't even know. I probably would just got like a random black cloak and I would have made my own original creation character and be like, look it, I'm a Star Wars guy with a red
I can't
lightsaber.
stand people that fucking do that. They'll be like, "Oh, I'm a Sith clone trooper." Like, really?
And
Well,
then
what's your rating? What's your rating for the show? Let's. I want to introduce that into the gashless reviews or ranking system.
I'm gonna give this like 7 lightsabers out of 10, and I'm gonna put the little graphic up. Like
Yeah,
literally, it's just a good idea. It's a good idea, like the plot line and everything, but it's just the format kind of brings it down, and it's just the whole like I just don't like the whole like watching a 3-hour movie basically, instead of like a regular TV show thing. But story wise and everything, it's pretty all right. Oh, but the only thing I was kind of joking about you with this, but it feels like they try to make him feel like a victim too much, Maul, to make you feel sympathetic, because I thought they were gonna make him a villain the whole show, but then they just went like, oh, we're gonna try to make him sympathetic this time around. But I don't know how to feel about that. In general, I kind of feel like I don't know. Like, again, I think I said it before. Maul is kind of like this version of Maul is like a different character compared to like the one we saw in Phantom Menace. But I'm not saying that's a good or bad
oh,
thing.
dude, I would say Maul is closer to Phantom Menace in the Shadow Lord series than he is in Clone Wars. In
Really?
Clone Wars, he's like nuts to butts, fucking crazy. Like he's a fucking maniac.
Oh, okay. I don't know. No, but it's mainly like the whole talking thing. But
Oh,
I don't know.
you just don't like that he talks?
I could make it make sense in my head, but yeah, I think it'd be better if he was like a few words. But again, it still works because we see him in Phantom Menace. He has very little words, and he's more just like a symbol of the Sith than anything. And then we see Vader in this one, and he kind of like presumes that role, um, of being just like he's just like pure like hatred, pure anger and
Yeah,
everything.
because this nigga just lost Padme too.
Just like 2 years
Just
ago, or like
yeah,
just like okay,
like within like a year or two
oh, a
time span.
year, yeah.
Yeah, this nigga's still heartbroken.
Yeah, he's fucking, he's just a hater. But yeah, that's my ranking. 7 out of 10 lightsabers.
I'll give mine 7 blue milks out of 10 blue milks.
It's a better ranking system than I had. Now I don't know if we want to put up the real artificial one, or the picture of him drinking the Jake Skywalker drinking the milk. We're gonna put up, but we'll figure that out in post. But all right.